Habari Gani Tribe. Happy Thursday. It is a wind down Wednesday on a Thursday, right? How unorthodox. You guys know that this is something that I was regularly doing on Wednesdays, but I decided to pop on a Thursday because why not? For those of you guys that are tuning in for the very first time, my name is Angie Digante. I'm the owner of Accent Styles Boutique. We are a mission based boutique, which means that we give you the option to purchase with a purpose. A percentage of every single sale goes towards sending kids in Kenya to school. We are located right in the heart of Tampa at 2742 North Florida Avenue. We're like a 3-minute drive from Amateur Works, a 3-minute drive from downtown. And so definitely come out and give us a visit. You can find us right on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok. So thank all of you beautiful people for tuning in. We are platforming on a lot of things. We're streaming on a lot of platforms right now. And so it's Wind Down Wednesday, technically on a Thursday. And so I'm curious, you guys, how are you winding down? How are you winding down? Like, how do you choose to unwind on the weekend? Actually, it's not even the weekend. How do you choose to unwind on a Wednesday? It could be having a cup of tea, it could be having wine, it could be like kicking back and talking to your girlfriends. And so I just want to get all up in your business before you get all up in my business. And so I'm curious, you guys, how do you unwind? And while I give you guys some time to share that, I want to let you guys know what we're talking about tonight. We're going to talk about business tips, upcoming events. I really want to hear your opinion on a lot of things that are going down on social media. And then we're going to have a really short story time, right? So let's see. I'm giving you guys some time because I am curious. Let me see. I'm peeking on my phone because sometimes the comments don't always pop up. So someone said, I unwind with a bubble bath. That's cute, right? I cannot tell you the last time that I actually relaxed and took a bubble bath. Hello, Monica. I miss you so much too. I literally feel like it has been forever, forever. It has been too long, right? And so let me be like productive before I get super duper silly, right? I want to give you guys a business tip, right? One little snippet before we have too much fun. Oh, now you guys are popping out with how you unwind, right? So the question was, how do you wind down? And Ayana said, hot shower, tea, and chatting with friends. And so Ayana is absolutely one of my favorite people to chat with. And so that is one of my ways that I unwind. I charge my device and I give Ayana a call and I literally pick her brain and talk her ears off. And so that's a beautiful way to unwind. Listen, so the business tip that I want to give you guys is quality over quantity, right? We live in a society where people think that they are winning when they pump out content, and pump out content. But the realities are, it's not good, right? It's not good content. It's not clear content. It's not engaging content. And so the content that you're putting out is actually doing more harm to your business than actually helping your business, right? And so the thing that I want you guys to do, right? This is your weekly assignment. I want you guys to create content, but actually think about it before you create it. I want you guys to put some thought into it. I want you guys to think about your mission and the point that you're trying to get across. And what is the purpose of the content you're creating, right? I don't just want to see the food that you're eating in the morning. I don't just want to see you and your kids, right? Because that's cute, but that is not the purpose of the content. And so I want you guys to dig deep. I want you guys to really think about it and say, like, what is my goal when I post this picture? What is my goal? You know, the people that are using social media for business, not the people that are using social media for ha-has and using social media to connect with friends and family. But the people that are using social media to actually push a product, to actually increase their followers, I want you guys to ask yourself, like, what is my goal when I post this content? Right? And now I see so many things, right? Listen, I have my phone here. Cedrica Spencer said, I unwind with a nice cup of coffee. Monica said, I wind down by drinking wine and staying in beautiful hotels with amazing spas. Listen, Monica is a world traveler, right? World traveler is probably an understatement. Um, she's probably, listen, I cannot think of one place that Monica has not been. She is one of the most beautiful people inside and out, super brilliant. And so I believe her. If she says the spas are beautiful, then they are beautiful. She also said, I'd rather see once a week quality content than daily fluff, right? Nobody wants to see the fluffy stuff. I don't want to see your fuzzy photos, right? No offense, but offense. I don't want to see your fuzzy photos. I gain nothing from that. And so, listen, I have been dying to play this game all day, right? And so, I want to play this game called Who is the Problem, right? I'm going to post two people, and I want you guys to literally tell me who you guys think was the problem in this relationship. And so, this one might be very easy for you guys, or it might take a little thought. And so, here's the first couple, right? So we have Krishan and we have Blueface, and you guys know them. They have been all over social media. They have been all over, right? Our Instagram and our Facebooks and our TikToks. And so people have a lot of opinions about them. And I'm hoping that you guys have opinions too. And so I want to know, who do you guys believe is the issue in this relationship? Like, it's clear that it's toxic. It's clear that it's unhealthy, but I want to know, who do you guys think was the issue, right? Was it him? Was it her? Um, right. Hello, Caleb Exontes. Thank you for tuning in. He said her. Listen, okay, so he thinks that she was the problem. I kind of think she was a problem, but I think that he created the problem. I think that she was very happy, very healthy, very sane, a lovely, lovely girl. And I think that she allowed him to bring out the worst in him. And so Caleb said she's always hitting him. We do not condone violence, right? Violence at no point is ever acceptable. Like, it's not acceptable. So they were actually hitting each other. But Caleb says that he thinks that she was the problem. Okay, so moving forward to the next couple, right? We haven't seen this couple. They have not been a couple for a very, very long time. But Stevie J, right? And Jocelyn Hernandez, right? Who do we think was the problem, or who is the problem? I want to know, who is the problem? I don't just want to keep siding and saying the women weren't the problem because y'all might label me as sexist, but I don't know. This one is like a toss up. Oh, yay! People are saying that Stevie was the problem. Stevie was definitely the problem. Even Caleb Exxon TC just said that Stevie J was the problem, right? I think we have like a few more couples. We have like three. Okay, so Mariah and Nick Cannon. I feel like this should be an easy one. This should definitely be an easy one. Who do you guys think was the problem? Right? Some people say that because the breakup was Mariah's fault, she never fully entailed why they broke up, but she did own up to saying that she was the cause of the breakup. But I think, like, based off Nick Cannon's most recent behavior and how he handled the breakup, to me kind of says he might have been the problem. Like, I don't know why at any moment why he projected and thought that going out and making tons of children, right, would solve the issue. Ayana said that Mariah was the problem. I think Mariah actually created an animal. I think Mariah might have done some things to have him feeling some type of way. And she was the problem. I have people saying, sorry, Nick. They think Nick was the problem. Listen, he is literally spreading children everywhere. I have my opinions about that. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about who is the problem. They say oh, you know what? I need to read this comment. He can't control his reproductive organ, then he has many problems, right? He has many problems. If you can't control that, you have many problems. Okay, so let's move on to this couple, right? This woman to me is the problem for multiple reasons, but we are focusing on the relationship, right? We're focusing on the relationship. And so when it comes to Kim K and when it comes to Kanye West, who was the problem, right? Which K was the problem? Habari Gani, Siobhan. Happy Thursday. It's a wind down Wednesday on a Thursday, right? Cheers to us. It's not hump day, but we are definitely closer to Friday than we were before. And so we are diving into who is the problem tonight. So right now we're focused on Kim K and Kanye West and who is the problem, right? Miss Mills said, Def her. Cedrica said, Kim, right? Caleb said her. Laniqua Dominique Jenkins said Kim. She and the whole family exploit black people. And then Caleb said she's a gold digger. And then Laniqua said we need to cancel her. Listen. Oh, we got one person that said Kanye, right? We got one person that said Kanye. Listen, Kanye is never the problem. I'm probably too supportive. Kanye will always be college dropout Kanye to me. He will always have a soft spot in my heart, right? Let's see what Siobhan said. Siobhan said, from a relationship standpoint, Kanye is the problem. He should have entered and he shouldn't have never entered into that family. He knows the history, right? He's a brilliant man. He knows the history. So that means that Kanye wasn't the problem, that Kim is the problem, and she ruined Kanye. That's essentially what we're saying. So we got two more couples to get through. All right, let's put our twos up. We got two more couples. So who was the problem, right? We got Bobby and we have Whitney. And so I'm curious, you guys, who was the problem? I'm going to sip my drink to this, right? R.I.P. Sweet Whitney. I love you so much, right? But we still got to get to the root of it. Who was the problem, right? Was it Bobby? Was it Whitney? Listen, snaps. Laniqua Dominique said, Black men are perfect, right? They're perfect. I stand on that. I stand on that too. Black men are amazing, right? Black men are kings. We love you, Black man, right? If you are tuning in and you're a Black woman, just go ahead and comment. We love you, Black man, right? We love you. Black men, we love you over here. So, listen, I'm not saying what Caleb said. I'm not repeating that. But people are saying Bobby, of course. Siobhan said Bobby, of course. Tosh said Bobby, of course. Ayana said Bobby, of course. Right? It's Bobby, of course. Let me tell you guys, because Whitney's a Leo, and Leos are never. Kai, skiza, listen. Skiza Tafadali, please listen, right? Leos are never the problem, right? Leos are never the problem. Someone said men are supposed to lead their relationship, marriage, or union. I completely agree. Hello, Jayla. Thank you for tuning in, right? We're talking about who is the problem. We were just on Whitney and Bobby's photo, and we were deciding if Whitney was the problem or Bobby was the problem. And unanimously, People have been saying that Bobby was the problem, right? Listen, not someone said, who said that? I'm not. I'm not. My son would kill me if he read that comment. He wants everyone to let that TikTok go, and they will not. Okay, perfect. So, you guys listen. Who is the problem? We have Ike, we have Tina, right? I want to know who was the problem, right? Hi, John. Thanks for tuning in. Siobhan said, I need to play this game on my live. She was like, it's great. Caleb said, Tina was the problem, right? Okay, so who was the problem? Was it Ike or was it Tina? Hello, TK. Thanks for tuning in. We are playing Who Was the Problem? Right? Ayana's like, oh Lord. Oh Lord. I cannot play with Caleb Exontis. He said, right, she looked like the problem. Laniqua Dominique said, you saw the documentary, Ike. I also seen her not eat the cake, right? She could have just eaten the cake. Who don't like cake? Who does not like cake? Listen, okay. All jokes aside, let me calm down before y'all cancel me. Was Ike was definitely the problem. I do not condone violence, right? At no point in a relationship should you put your hands on someone. But who would have a problem with eating cake? I digress. Right? I digress. Let's So last couple, right? Everyone has been talking about this couple. Siobhan said she could have ate the cake. She just had to keep those legs fit. I cannot. Listen. Siobhan said she couldn't eat the cake. She had to keep them legs fit. Me as someone with a personal trainer, I know how true that is. We can't eat the cake. We got to keep these legs fit. Actually, Siobhan, you're late. Siobhan said, I better not see Blueface. He was our first relationship, honey. He was the first relationship. So, you guys, who was the problem? Who was the problem? Right, Kwanini? Like, who was the problem? Hi, Willie. Thanks for tuning in. Wait, time out, you guys. Time out. Ayana plays too many games. Ayana said, I'm going to bring you some cake and you better eat it. Listen, I'm having too much fun tonight. I'm having too much fun. Okay. Let me go back. Let's see. Let's go back to our couple. Let's focus. So, who was the problem? They said Jada. Not Will needs a backbone. Willie said Jada. Tosh said, oh no, I'm not repeating what Tosh said. But it's funny though. Listen. Hello, Mr. Pineapple. Thanks for tuning in. Caleb said her, duh. Not she talks too much. Listen, right? We went through a lot of couples tonight. We went through Blueface and Krayshawn. We talked about Stevie J and Jocelyn Hernandez. We talked about, Nick Cannon and Mariah, Kim K and Kanye, Whitney and Bobby, Tina and Ike, and Will and Jada. Right? We talked about a lot of people and who was the problem. But I firmly believe, right? Like Maya Angelou said, we have to get up from the table, right? When love is no longer being served, like you have to know when someone is no longer loving you and when the relationship is no longer serving you and like when you should get up. And so, yes, Tosh, it is so much fun, right? This game has been like so much fun, but like all jokes aside, right? Because I know that people tune in on all of the platforms on YouTube, like Ayana and a few other people on Facebook, on my business page, and on Facebook on my personal page. And so I don't condone violence, right? I don't condone it at all. At no point in a relationship is this acceptable, right? It's not. But you also have to know, like, when someone is being a problem, right? When someone's being a problem, you gotta go. So Yana said, right? They both were, but mostly Jada. I definitely blame, right? Will had his hand in it for allowing someone to treat him like this for so long, for agreeing to never divorce. I think that's crazy. So I think I read recently that Jada was saying that they have been separated for over 7 years, but they will never divorce. Okay. It was mind boggling. I'm like, this is crazy. I don't believe in verbal contracts. I don't believe in making promises and uh, imaginary contracts that do not benefit me. So saying that I will, you know, never leave you, I will never say those words. Saying that, all these things, like we will never divorce because of if the relationship is no longer serving me and I have legitimately given it my all and tried, I am going to roll out, right? I'm going to roll out. Hello, Tiara. Thanks for tuning in. And so I really we had so much fun playing this game. And so before I leave, I wanted to tell you guys, because this thing has been bothering me all week, right? It's literally been sitting on my chest. We had that moment where we were telling people like, I love you, black man. And I definitely live for that. I believe that. I'm like, I love you, black man. But I had someone come into the store and they said the craziest thing, right? They said the craziest thing to me. They said, this from a black man. You listening? This from a black man. He said, I usually don't like black women, but you're pretty. Right? Samahani. Samahani, kaka. Excuse me, brother. What? Right? And so I'm like, why do a lot of men, right? Why do people in general think that is a compliment? You're pretty for a chocolate girl, or I don't like black people, but I find you attractive, or I don't like nappy hair, but I like your hair, or these are not compliments, right? These are not compliments, right? Um, Willie made a face. Cedrica said, happy I wasn't at the shop. Listen, it is not a compliment. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to say everything I said because I definitely popped off in that moment. I had very little self control, right? But I was like, you know what? You can take that compliment and put it in your back pocket and save it for somebody else that will respect that, because that is crazy. So Caleb said, isn't their family black? Right? Laniqua Dominique said, the self-hate is deep. Black women birthed the world. And we did, right? And we did. But the crazy part was, although he was black, he said he didn't date black women. His kids aren't black. He wasn't raising black children. And so to me, it was like the biggest slap in the face. It was the craziest thing to me. And so, right, Cedrica said, we did and we do. We did and we do, right? We have literally birthed the world. We are the birthers of many nations. And so everything about my melanin is beautiful. Everything about my hue and my shape and my hair and everything that effortlessly makes me a beautiful, right? Bake caps on beautiful black woman is everything that I love about myself. And so nothing, right? Nothing that he ever states in this world will ever like make me respect anything that comes out of his mouth, or make me respect that anything that comes out of his mouth, or any compliment moving forward, because I was in absolute shock, absolute disgust. I think I had to swallow vomit in that moment. I literally had to swallow the vomit, right? Because I was like, sir, what did you just say? Right? Listen, not he will come to a black woman to rebuild him, right? It's crazy, right? He will, but he not coming to this black woman to get billed because it ain't happening. It's not happening today. It's not happening tomorrow. I really need to stay off TikTok. But I'm just like, no, I cannot. And so the self-hate is definitely deep. The self-hate is definitely real. Um, if you out there listening, right? Because I didn't block him, he can still listen to this. So if you're listening, sir, right? Again, take that compliment, put it in your back pocket, and save it for somebody else that's going to respect it because you devaluing my blackness or you lowering my blackness or equating my blackness to be closer to westernness, right? Or anything less than African features is not a compliment to me. It is not a compliment to me. I love all of the things that make me black, right? I don't have to, mention that I have a percentage of Cherokee or this in my blood or that in my blood. Listen, right? I'm not mixed. I'm not on the spectrum. I'm not on any of these things, right? Um, Great great grandma was, none of that. I love being a black woman. I love being a black woman. Um, so yeah, I basically wanted to get that off my chest. If you guys, right, if you're tuning in and you feel the same way I feel, you're like, hey, I really, really love being black. I love that my children are black, even if they're half black. I love their melanin. I love the way they're shaped. I love their curls and their coils. And I love the way they pronounce certain words. I want to do this for the culture, right? Laniqua Dominique has absolutely no idea that I was going to do this. I had no idea I was going to do this. But since we're here, if you're trying to find a way to talk about race with your little one, or talk about body positivity, or talk about melanin and how their skin produces melanin and how they are so beautiful just as they are, I want you guys to go to Amazon, right? Amazon.com. You are going to look for the name Laniqua Dominique Jenkins. She is the author of Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. And you are going to empower your little one, right? So they don't grow up and say this ignorance. They don't grow up and, try to devalue or allow people to devalue their blackness or devalue their melanin or devalue the things that make them beautiful. As Cedrica said, I'm black, black, black. um they been hurt or grew up around the other race. This could be true, right? Siobhan said, I love us. We are complex, unique, and innovative people, right? Hence the reason why we came here. Well, we didn't come here. Hence the reason why they took us and brought us here to build America, because we are innovative and we are creative and we are brilliant. And so definitely go to Amazon.com. I'm going to add the link in all of these lives so you guys can order the book and read it to your kid and empower them so they can grow up and be just as bold and just as proud and just as pro-black as Auntie Angie. And so I told myself I was not going to be on here longer than 10 minutes, and now it's been like 30. Right, it's been 30 whole minutes. But thank you guys so much for rocking with me. I could not have done this live without you guys. Y'all came full throttle, full of support. Y'all rocked with me for 28 minutes and 50 seconds, and I love y'all. So, peace, love, and lots of African culture. I love you guys. Naku Panda, sana, sana, sana. And I'll probably be on live for a bit tomorrow. Bye.